Hello, children. I feel like this was very meant to be because I was looking for somewhere to read. Don't mind. Don't mind him. He's from the past. This is my past self. 2017 Ryland. Maybe that's a part of this message. We're gonna be talking about our past selves, all right? What is happening? Okay. Also, I love calling you guys children. I started calling you children, and I feel like that's like, hello, children. I like it. I am father, I am mother, I am all of what, I am both your parents at once, your online parent. And regardless of your age, I feel like all of you are little like children. I get a very sunshiny, like innocent energy from all of you watching here. I get that you're all very, you have a very childlike energy at whatever age you're at. So, oh my God, solar plexus. Yeah, sunshine. Oh, and discontent and boredom on the bottom. Okay. Okay, I'm speaking to a certain type of person here. I'm speaking to a person. 111 was just on the timer. 111. I'm speaking to some goofballs. I'm laughing from my solar plexus. Solar plexus, this is your sense of radiance, confidence. Like, you know who you are. You know who you are. You know how to make things happen. You just have this, like, joie de vivre, all right? You have a sparkle in your eye. Like, you see yourself clearly. Dragon, fire, Leo season. But under it, I feel like maybe you struggle a little bit with this energy of feeling discontent, a little bit bored with your life. It's like, you know you're this, but maybe your outside situation doesn't quite match like who you are now. I feel like there's something weird happening between the two of us right now here. You see us? I feel like, young Ryland, can you give me some wisdom? I feel as if young Ryland would say, no, what's, it's like maybe your younger self that's around this age, like your inner teenager. I was a teenager in this pic. Your inner teenager feels like, because solar plexus also develops in our teen years. Maybe it's like your inner teenager still feels this, like, is kind of frozen in time in this like discontent and boredom. And it's like feeling powerless. Oh, disempowerment, discontent and boredom. That can also be disempowerment, because what is this? This is the Four of Cups generally. Yes, okay. Discontent and powerlessness, like languishing, depression, right? Underneath this, like, who you really are, which is bright and bold and fiery, and like you have so much to give, and you're a light to people. You're a light to the world. But maybe you like go back and forth between these two energies. All right, Spirit, I need to get into the tarot. We're gonna find out more about this. Together forever. Together forever. We're together forever. Maybe it's like you and your past self. You're together forever. The Magician in reverse. Queen of Cups in reverse. Okay, yeah, this is definitely telling me that there's like a sense of being unable to create what you're wanting in life, a sense of being unable to see how many options you have, to see how powerful you are as a creator, to see that solar plexus. Like, you're having a really hard time seeing how powerful you are, how far you've come, because it's like you're still punishing yourself about something. You're stuck in the past about something, you're stuck in your emotions about something, or there are stuck emotions within you from a past time. And I get that this time is like distant past. I get that this is something that might be like coming up right now, like rising up to the surface to be felt, to be processed. Full moon in Aquarius, right? In a couple days. Ooh, if you have a moon in Aquarius, moons in Aquarius generally have a hard time tapping into their feelings. People who have a moon in Aquarius generally look at their emotions with this very sort of cold, surgical, precise kind of like just Aquarius vibe, right? Like fixed air sign. You're looking at it from a bird's eye view. You're not really in it, but it's like, I feel like that's confusion. I feel like that has kind of created a little bit of a like, see, I just got kind of like a confusion in my mind's eye just there. It's like you can't see it. You're trying to see it through your brain, maybe. You're trying to like look at it logically, but not really embodying the feeling of it. And that's keeping you from being able to really create what you want to create. Because I feel like with that solar plexus, like, it's like how I came on here right at the beginning. It's like, oh yeah, what's up everybody? It's like it's very like open and like, you know, bold, fierce, like you're expressing yourself radiantly like the sun. But I feel like underneath that, it's like there might be just some discontent, some like dreams that you've put on hold, or that some secret desires, some secret little like younger self, right? Younger self dreams or desires or wants or things that you crave, maybe, that you're like afraid to let show under under the bravado. Okay, burp, that's confirmation. Underneath the bravado, you're having a hard time letting yourself be seen in your emotions, okay? Maybe you relate a lot more to your masculine energy. You're comfortable in your masculine energy. You're comfortable, you know, being very expressive, like being very active, being very like charming and bright and all these things. But yeah, underneath it's like maybe there's a little bit of fear, or not even fear, but just maybe a little bit of like I'm getting that it's like your masculine side is like fully an adult. Like your masculine side is fully an adult, fully expressive, fully in its power. But maybe your feminine is like more childlike, and it's just uncomfortable for you to access it because maybe it's embarrassing to you. Maybe you feel awkward. Like it's giving me like teenager or even younger. Just like it feels awkward. It feels like you don't want to face the pain. 727 on my timer. You don't want to face the pain of having to look at or try something that will make you look foolish, or that will make people see through like your armor, maybe in a little bit of a way. It's just uncomfy. Okay, Spirit, what else here? 747 on the timer. 4 of Swords reverse now, and the Sun reverse. Okay. Why am I saying okay so much? Okay. Okay. Like I'm getting like defensiveness. Okay. Like, yeah, I get it. Ugh. You know that? Like that's a very teenage thing too, right? Like when your mom or your dad or your parent or a guardian or somebody's trying to tell you like, something you should do, trying to give you a life lesson, whatever. You're just like, okay. Like, I get it. Sure. Okay. Like that's the vibe I'm getting with these energies here. It's almost like and this 4 of Swords in reverse tells me it's like you're afraid to go within, and you're afraid to like look at maybe certain things that other people are saying have a little bit of truth to them, or maybe there are things about yourself that you just don't want to have to look at it because it's scary. It forces you to like, you want to be in this upright sun all the time. You want to be the sunshine. You want to be bright. You want to be radiant. You want to be like everyone's best friend. You want to be like the star of the show. We love that. We're here for it. Very Leo energy. But reversed, it's like you don't want to have to do something that's going to maybe like show a more vulnerable side of you. That's going to show a side of you that's a little more that lets people in a way. It lets people into a part of yourself that feels more like common ground in a way. Interesting. Like this is very much the Leo Aquarius axis again that I've been talking about recently, but I feel like I keep talking about like being in an Aquarius energy and needing to like almost embody more Leo. That's very me. I have a South Node Aquarius, North Node Leo, but this I'm getting more the opposite, where it's like I think you're very, very used to Leo. You're very good at Leo, and it's like Spirit's asking maybe for more of like an Aquarius finding common ground, but with yourself. Finding common ground within yourself, and also just allowing other people to see you as part of, as, you know, like them. Do you know what I mean by that? I hope that makes sense. Take from that what you will. But the central theme there is, I think, just really letting yourself feel into this part of you that's coming up right now, because it wants to come up. It really does. What else here, Spirit? What else here, Spirit? Come on. Come on! 7 of Pentacles and Queen of Cups in reverse again. Okay. Like, even my energy right now, I feel like I'm kind of embodying you or whoever I'm talking to. I feel like I'm kind of taking on your character right now a little bit, where I'm feeling like this, like, impatient, like, yeah, come on, let's go, come on, yeah, awesome, like, really interesting. 7 of Pentacles tells me, it's like, Queen of Cups reverse. This is telling me, like, there's something that you secretly really want to, like, do or show the world, that's, like, just not really, like, it doesn't fit the character you play, if you know what I mean. Like, it doesn't, you're afraid that it's gonna, like, shatter people's illusions of you a little bit. Okay, that's also the Leo to Aquarius, right? The Aquarius doesn't care. They're just like, yeah, I'm whatever I am. And you're gonna like it or you're not gonna like it. And they're okay kind of standing alone. But they're also okay knowing that, like, what they're doing is for the greater collective. Again, finding that common ground, like humanitarianism. It's sort of like this duality of being able to give up the self, but also, like, knowing they have a very intense sense of separate self. With this, it's like, I just feel, again, like, you're very used to putting on, like, a show, and it's not necessarily, like, it doesn't feel like putting it on for you, because it is you. Like, you are this person, you are this bright, bold, jubilant person, but it's like, there's something more tender. Like, there's something more tender you want to work on. There's a part of yourself that wants to work on something, or maybe just wants you to see, again, like, how far you've come. Just check in on this past self, these past dreams, these things that maybe you put on hold, and just to, like, Spirit wants you to, like, persevere through it, because, again, but it's tied up in these, like, these emotions you're having a hard time understanding or accessing, or, yeah, it's like, I just feel like I'm speaking to somebody who's very masculine and maybe a little more self-conscious of their feminine. Yeah. Okay. Anything else here, Spirit? 6 of Cups, reverse. And the Sun reverse again. What the heck? Y'all, this is interesting. With all these reversals, like, what I'm getting from whoever's watching this is that you kind of need to know that, like, these are all, to me, with these reversals, it's like, these are all under the surface. Like, these are all parts of you that are under wraps. From the beginning of the reading, that solar plexus, right, with the sunshine, bold, radiant, and then underneath was that discontent and boredom. That was the underlying energy. It's like, underneath there are just all these things that are happening that you yourself are trying not to look at. With the 6 of Cups, this is childhood. 6 of Cups has to do with childhood memories, childhood love, magic, joyful, like, just innocent memories of that time of childhood. What it can be in its highest expression, in its highest form. It's just, like, such beautiful, heartfelt energy. But with the Sun in reverse again, it's like, this really is like a wounded Leo energy now I'm feeling. This is like a wounded Leo energy. Because Leo is the inner child, okay? Leo is these in the upright. In the upright, this would be pure Leo. Pure Leo. sunshine, radiant, bold, the most positive card in the deck, with that inner child, like expression that is just like unapologetic. It's so innocent. It's not self-conscious. Like, it is just what it wants to be and expresses that boldly to be on display for everyone to see. But I feel it's like that light's being dimmed for you, or there's something forgotten within your inner child. And I think it's just it's come from some kind of insecurity you've picked up through some kind of wounding, where you feel like you have to be this sun card in like some type of way for maybe like the people around you, the way society's programmed you to be, because that's your safety. It's like that's who you are, and you feel that you have to put on that thing for everyone. But your child self doesn't really care. Okay, your inner child doesn't really care how other people see you. Your inner child doesn't really care. Like the way you're doing things. Your inner child just wants to play. It just wants to have fun. It just wants to do what feels good to it. So I feel like it's just about letting that come out. Like, I'm getting just this vibe. Like, I'm just getting such a vibe. Like, it's safe. It's okay. You can come out. You can come out. You can come out. Six of Pentacles reversed. What the heck? And the Hermit. Okay, so I feel like you've been wounded by... Knight of Cups is really peeking out under there. Whoa. Okay. Okay, here we go. Six of Pentacles. I feel like something has happened to you that really affected your trust. Like, something really affected your trust that if you gave of yourself, that you would be returned to. 1717 on the timer. I feel like something really affected your trust. Something affected your trust in the, like, even exchange of energy between two people, like in relationship. Maybe it had to do with physical resources, like some kind of... I just got, okay, I'm gonna go there because yes, this is part of the reading. I just got that some of you maybe had like parents that separated at a young age. I just got that maybe some of you just were really affected in your childhood or at a young age by something that made you feel really alone. It made you feel really alone in yourself, and it made you feel like it's like the balance of life was thrown off for you in some way, and that made you feel really alone in yourself. And so to compensate for it, you became this like bright, bold, jubilant person to try to have like this sense of self-worth, and to have this sense of I am good enough, like I am a person who is bright and loving and acceptable. But underneath there's this pain. The devil. The devil reversed, though. I feel you have battled addiction, okay? I feel there might be addictions but it's covert. Like, there's so much covert energy here. Like, you try to hide all of the sides of you that are not the sun. Like, it's like in life, right? There's the balance, the light and the dark, the good and the bad, the just these polar opposites, right? Everything has its polar opposite. So the sun has its opposite, the moon, right? The day and the night. But I feel like it's like you have clung so strongly to the sun, so strongly to the daytime, so strongly to conscious, controlled energy, that it's like you've forgotten, you've suppressed and neglected maybe the moon energy in yourself, the feminine, the dark, mysterious, surrendered place where we can't always see or understand what's going on there, but if we like let ourselves experience it, it shows us the way and it makes sense. and it takes us where we need to go. And so what can happen there when we're suppressing as many messages as what I'm seeing here that were reversed, when we repress that, it can result in addictions. Like, it can result in us trying to compensate for, like, why are we feeling, because the energy we're feeling in our subconscious, in our shadow, in our feminine, does not go away. It just builds up and turns into subconscious beliefs, which then turn into subconscious coping mechanisms, which then all just turns into like your subconscious running your life without you even realizing it, because it's unconscious, because you're afraid of looking at it or dealing with it. And that can turn into darker, like, addictions, darker attachments to things, whether that's like substances, whether that's people, relationships, like things you do to escape yourself. This is super interesting because this reading started really bright, really bold. I was feeling really great, and then it's like, this is life, right? Life does this. Life has that really bright, bold thing going on there that, like, yeah, man, what's up? Like, everything's awesome. I'm doing great. Like, how are you? But this softer, tender part of life, 2121 on the timer there, this softer, more tender part of life, underneath everything, exists as well, and it doesn't go away. I'm reading for someone interesting here. There's someone very interesting watching this. Ten of Swords reverse. Okay, y'all. I have a feeling I know who I'm reading for. Ten of Swords reverse is like, you're resisting the end of your own turmoil and pain here, by just trying to avoid all this or trying to run away from all this. 2222 on the timer, and the Emperor on the bottom of the deck says you're doing it by trying to just hold on so tight to this masculine Emperor energy. I am the man, whatever gender you are. That's the vibe you give, is I'm the man. I've got it all under control, man. But it's like, underneath, you're feeling this way, all these sores in your back, you're feeling pain, you're feeling like, something's got to give, anxieties, like fear, but it's like you're not letting that ending happen because you're just holding on. And that's okay, listen. Because I feel who I'm speaking to doesn't even realize they're doing this. I feel like if I'm speaking to you, you don't even realize you do this. This is like subconscious. This is like a program. Because again, we talked about whatever you went through, this wounding, whatever wounding you went through, it was intense enough and it was painful enough and traumatic enough that this was what you turned to. And every human being, all of us, have a coping mechanism. All of us do things when we haven't fully awakened to ourselves to protect ourselves. That's what an ego is. Our ego protects us from further suffering and pain because of our experiences in life. So it's natural. Your ego is protecting you. Honor your ego. Honor this identity that has protected you. But when it starts to get to a point where now it's affecting your life in ways that are damaging, or you feel like you're kind of like trying to outrun yourself all the time, yeah, Knight of Wands. This just confirms for me, it's like you're trying to use all these like masculinized coping mechanisms, this very masculine part of life, which is like activity, going, doing things, trying to just like run away in the conscious light of day, like trying to just keep it daytime all the time. You want it to be the daytime all the time. You never want to have to like face the night. You never want to have to face the darkness and the like stillness and the scariness of that, because it's scary. Yeah, the feminine, she can be scary. Listen, the feminine in her darkness, like when in that unknown, is a very scary place to be by its nature, because it is the unknown. but it's also so beautiful. It's also where we heal, where we replenish, where we are nourished, where we're allowed to sort of be soothed. So, all of that said, I think that's pretty much it. Eight of Pentacles reversed. It's like this is a process. This is a process to look into. If you're new to healing, or if you're new to this and you've watched this far because you've been intrigued, like, this is a process. This doesn't just happen overnight. This is something that it's piece by piece. And if you like that Eight of Coins energy, I feel like I'm speaking to you, Eight of Pentacles. If you like that sort of idea of like masculine, you know, crafting something, when you're working on a craft, when you're working on something with your hands, when you're working on something that takes precision, that takes discipline, look at your healing, your emotional healing, your self-work in the same way. Look at it like you are it's like you're showing up for something that is building over time. That's an investment that's giving back to you over time. It's just an investment in yourself, right? I'm just getting so much masculinity here now. Like I'm getting that I'm speaking to the masculine energy. And it's like for any craft, for anything that you do, for any performance-based thing, you have to allow yourself to be vulnerable at it to get good at it, right? If you remember anything that you've done in life, look back at the beginning of that and how you felt vulnerable when you started, but over time you improved and maybe even proved yourself. And maybe that's part of the wound, is feeling like you have to prove yourself all the time, like feeling like you have to show up and prove that you're the man, right? Again, regardless of gender. Prove that you're this awesome, like, valuable thing. When it's like, but are you valuable to yourself? Do you see your own value? Really, truly? Like, without having to do anything, without having to try to be all these things, without having to other people's validation, do you value yourself? Are you okay just being you as you are, without all the accolades, all the attention, all the, like, again, yeah, validation? So, wow, this reading, the Chariot in reverse, that tells me it's like, yeah, just slow down and get centered within you, yourself. Like, what are you feeling? We all have the masculine and feminine within us, right? Like, all of it. I'm gonna spray you right now, and I want you to accept this. You don't have to, but I want you to. I want you to accept, like, some care. You're being cared for right now. You're being sprayed down with a very beautiful bergamot, basil, cedar, frankincense, bay essential oils. It smells delicious. Maybe you need to invest in some, like, pampering for yourself. Oh, delicious. Delicious. That is so good. I need to do that more for myself as well. But it's safe. Like, it's safe for you. It's safe for you to let go and let yourself be soft. Let yourself be seen in your feminine. So that's your reading. I love you very much. I really do. I love you from the heart. And you really, really need to believe that. You are fully lovable just for being you. Not for doing all the things. Not for being that bright, bold, like, yeah. Even when you're not like that, even when you're feeling down, even when you're feeling difficult, even when you're struggling, you are worthy and valuable and loved. So that's your reading. I love you. Take care. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.